was a little bit unsure how to time it. I was liking and wanting to get this during the golden hour and during sunset, and I'm a little bit early. I'm like an hour early. I keep forgetting the sun's setting later and later. I was thinking it was going to set at 7:30 and it sets at 8:30, but I have my fire going and that's just fine. We can be out here a little bit early, no problem. So thanks for being here. I just wanted to celebrate the outside a little bit and all of the bird song that I get to hear where I live. Behind this little chimenea, there's a young Doug fir that I have enjoyed watching grow since I moved here. It was a little guy and now it's pretty tall behind this. You probably can't really make it out too well, but I just wanted to enjoy the fire and the outdoors. It's also, I think it was yesterday, but it's the first quarter moon, and I normally do a financial reading for the first quarter moon, and I'm just wanting to focus a little bit more on abundance versus finance, which it's same difference, whatever. Abundance comes in many forms though, not just monetary. And so I got a plumber's butt here. Give me a second while I hike these up a little bit. And I just wanted to kind of create a nice space out here, as nice as I can. This is all very overgrown, this little spot right here with invasives, and it's taken a long time to even make any headway at all. There's a lot of invasives here that have been growing out of control for many, many years. And it's almost overwhelming. Well, it is overwhelming, not almost. It's overwhelming to try to figure out how to deal with it, or even if it can be dealt with. And I'm on my way out of this setting. I'm not going to be living here much longer. Fingers crossed. As much as I've loved it here, my time is coming to an end, living on this land, which is a mixed experience, right? There's sadness with that, along with relief. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to be on to the next chapter of my life. And so I try to also recognize, though, that this place has a lot of good for me, and I want to also honor it and enjoy it while I still can before I move. So I love my little chimenea. I bought this thing a long time ago, and it's going to come with me hopefully wherever I move. I just love it. And let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say before I got started. Mainly just that I wanted to come work outdoors. Part of my goal originally with this channel is that I would do readings in special places, and this is a special place. This is a place that means a lot to me, even though it's just right, my front door is right there. Right, so the only other kind of preliminary idea or message that I got before the layout was the song by YG, Laugh Now, Cry Later. And that song really was coming through a lot today, over and over and over again. And I don't know who that's for or why that's out there, but I love that song. I like to make playlists on my streaming service, and I put that one in almost every single playlist that I make because I love it. But there's a little bit of a sadness in it, right? Even though it's pretty thugged out, it's a sad song to me anyways, to some degree. Although I really relate to it also. So yeah, that song's probably got meaning for someone here. And then I also brought out a little bit of cascarilla. I just wanted to sprinkle that here so we get a protected reading and protected space out here. And then I also brought a little bit of cedar here that we can burn in a little bit, maybe just here in a second. Oh, the other sad thing is I broke my vase, my crystal vase that I got as a gift, really years and years ago now, like 20 years. I love that vase, and I broke it just now trying to bring these roses out here. I think I can fix it. And there's that term I never remember. I brought it up in another reading too. There's that practice in Japan of taking a broken piece of pottery and repairing it with gold leaf, and then it becomes something more beautiful and refined through its brokenness, right? And so I don't think I can do that with that crystal vase, but it's a nice idea. I'll probably try to fix it because I love it. It's been with me for a really long time. I was sad to see it break just now. But, you know, attachment is not always ideal, right? I've had to learn to let go. Living in such a tiny space here, I've had to learn to let go of a lot of my possessions. And before I move here, I'll probably let go of some more. And so, you know, they're just things. You can't take it with you, right? But I get attached. And I've got my grandmother's tiger's eye necklace on, and my earrings made by Lana Jack. These are just beautiful, I think. And some of my other jewelry from my grandmother and my own, right? So I don't know. Let's just see what comes out from. I think I'll start with an oracle deck, and then we'll just kind of go from there. What's important for us to know in this collective? What's a good collective message to come out tonight? The theme being abundance as well. Because that's typical for me to do a financial layout on the first quarter moon. And so this time around, I want to focus on abundance and not so much on money. But if money comes out, great, that's fine, you know. Let's just see what the themes are in this card from Colette Baron Reed as well. Mending, not for you. Okay, that's interesting. The not for you might be somewhat connected to the laugh now, cry later message. But what strikes me first off with these cards is just dreaming about what kind of abundance you want is going to be important. And because it's in the upright, your higher power, whatever that is to you, whether that's God or the universe or whatever, spirit, your spirit guides, right? The earth, planet Earth, is in alignment with you to dream big, right? So dream big. I don't even say that, but that just came through. So dream big, right? Take this opportunity on this first quarter moon to dream big and daydream about what you want. I'm really trying to manifest at home, right? And I'm really pressed. I have a lot of challenges to try to make that happen for myself right now. But I'm trying to remain optimistic and dream big about all the things I want, going online and looking at the types of homes that I want. Humble. I don't want a mansion. I don't like a big, huge house. I want like a house with enough room for me, but that I can have a little garden, that I can have my space for my channel, that it's not so hard to set up and break down. You know, that is a place near a community that loves and cherishes me just as much as I love and cherish them, and we're on the same page with things, and we want and are going in the same directions, right? That's how I dream big. In another reading the other day, someone said, dream bigger. You're not reaching high enough, right? I don't know if it was my reading or not, but I thought, okay, I'll try to dream bigger even if it seems impractical, right? Might as well. It's just daydreaming, manifesting, right? The other two things that strike me here that may be a little bit less abundance related, although we'll see, is mending and not for you. So let's just see what these say, because mending can be abundant, right? Like if you want loves in your life that you connect with. So there might be a relationship repair that's happening here. Let's just see. This is an abundance layout, so I'm going to read the prosperity description. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of long-term sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you that's laugh now, cry later, right? Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Man, I feel so grateful that that message came through and that we pulled that card, because it's has personal relevance too, right? Like, part of the dilemma that I'm in is of my own making. It's not anyone's fault. I made some choices that I see now that I should have gone maybe in a different direction, but that's okay. I'm okay. I'm still alive and kicking, right? Like, I can pivot and make new choices now and get back on the track that makes the most sense for me, right? So that's great messaging. And then not for you in the reverse, card number 6. Don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There's nothing romantic about what is unavailable, no prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. So I'm going to count myself among this collective for this layout. And I think these are reassuring messages about our coming abundance after walking away from some things that have been difficult or painful to experience. So now let's see where this takes us with those 3 cards as kind of the theme setters, right? What else? I'll put, and then in honor of those messages, now I'll throw the cedar on. That'll be a nice thing. These cedar fronds smell so good when they burn. They're a nice offering to make. To know in this collective, we might be feeling a little sorrowful. There might be some walking away. I wouldn't be surprised if the 8 of Cups showed up here. What do we need to know? Better days are coming. That strikes me too as Luther, right? That song's, I think, #1 on the charts right now, and I just love it. And they say that better days coming for sure. I'm happy to hear that. And I've done, for what it's worth, I probably relate to a lot of you in the collective. I've been through a dark night of the soul in the last few years, and I've done all my crying now. So hopefully I'm about to laugh, right? I've been crying and transmuting and crying and transmuting and ascending and going through all that process, just like a lot of you. And I'm ready to have, to move from cry now, laugh later. I'm ready to be in the laugh phase again. What does it look like for our abundance? 3 of Wands on the split. So that strikes me as something being in motion for us, which is good. Probably welcome. So this looks like it's something to do with love here. The key card or the cornerstone card is the Knight of Cups, which is a lover, right? Especially with this lover's card here. So there's a dispute. There's some kind of a falling out maybe that's happened in a love relationship, because things are moving to a calmer energy at this point in this relationship. There's incoming communication in the facts position. So you may be, well, let's just keep going here. I haven't even finished the layout. Yeah, there's some new starts here. There's some new beginnings coming. So there's communication coming in, and this strikes me maybe as mending. Like there were some mistakes maybe that are being learned from at this point as everything moves into calmer water. there were some hard words exchanged. So again, this looks like a fight in a love relationship. And the Knight of Swords in the vulnerability position for you means that it's been pretty wounding. This exchange or this falling out that you've maybe had in love, it's really hurt you. You're feeling pretty hurt. I'll just say that. I don't need to keep repeating it. In the very center of things is the Strength card, which is indicating that there's a need for you or for both parties or for the group, if this is a group, there's a need for everybody to kind of rise to their higher nature here and not continue to be in this fast-moving, argumentative Knight of Swords energy, but to kind of elevate out of that and get strong. You may really want to. You may be feeling still really driven to try to get your point across, get your point proven, get the last word. Like, that's very easy to fall into that kind of energy, especially if you feel righteous in your position. It's easy to be like, no, you will hear me, and continue to argue, when what this is saying is really going to be to everyone's benefit to elevate out of the argument at this point and try to have your inner lion lay down with the lamb, okay, and have more of a peaceful movement to a calmer energy. Even if you're still in this kind of frustrated words exchanged kind of energy, it would benefit you to move out of that. Your strength position here is the Four of Swords, which is a willingness to lay down your swords and rest. It's a willingness to say, whoa, okay, time out. Things escalated. We said a lot of things that maybe we need to rethink, right? We might need to each go to our own corners, regroup, think it out for a while in a solo way, and come back together, right? That's your strength. You're willing to do that. That's what's making you strong, is your willingness to lay down with the lamb and quit roaring to get your point across, okay? And this, again, is kind of striking me as potentially a love relationship, because the Knight of Cups is right here with the Lovers. And so it's an opportunity to use my new deck that I'm excited that I got, this clarifying deck. We'll pull some cards to get more information about this situation. The devil on your shoulder, or your shadow aspect of yourself, wants you to maybe have like some makeup sex, honestly. The Ace of Wands here right next to this King of Wands, around this combative energy, it strikes me that there might be a desire for that, or there's also a desire that this is just going to keep burning, right? Like if this is in your shadow aspect of self, your devil might be saying, like, there's getting you ready to pounce, to make your point again, to start this whole discussion up again. Like, you might need to cool out a little bit. But the Ace of Wands is a great opportunity. It's a very positive card, and we have two aces here. There's an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Pentacles. So we're talking about abundance, and where things are headed is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a really positive omen for our abundance, right? It's the beginning, it's the inception, it's the seminal, right? Semen can often be represented by an Ace of Pentacles, the seed. Seminal energy is coming, and it's a fortuitous beginning, right? With this Pentacles abundance, that's what we want to know in terms of, or what we want to see in terms of our abundance, right? But I don't know exactly why this is coming up in the devil position here, but in your conscious mind, you're thinking about someone, a King of Wands. This is either you, and you are rising to a king status after maybe being in a Knight of Wands energy. Now you're going to elevate to a king here, like the Strength card is suggesting. Lots of fire. There's a lot of fire energy here. But also, it could mean something else. So this is where this clarifying deck, I think, is going to be nice to see what it comes up with for us for this layout. I've been working with it a little bit since I got it, and I like it so far. And I'm vibing with it as a deck. It's yielding a lot of accurate information for me as I work with it. What is the situation here with this Ace of Wands. Can you clarify that and why it's in the shadow position or the devil position? Why is this, what is this Ace of Wands here? It's an opportunity. And it could be, again, like makeup sucks, right? That is a very libidinous card. It's a very physical, sexual energy. What's this Ace of Wands? Reconciliation. Ghosted. Closed off. So there's going to be an opportunity coming for reconciliation in a dynamic between this, you and this other person, where someone got ghosted and someone closed off their heart or themselves to the situation. It's in the shadow position though. So even though, let's just see, what about this King of Wands actually? Because I don't know, is it good to reconcile here? I'm wondering. It's a little bit confusing, those cards coming out together. It may be that you both want to reconcile after a period of kind of destructive behavior, but I'm not sure. It might be that it's not a good idea to reconcile because this person ghosted you and is closed off to you. So where's it going to get you to reconcile, right? Your devil on your shoulder might want you to reconcile because they want to connect with you and they want to get laid. Right? Let's see. What's the King of Wands energy here? Who's the King of Wands? Boundaries. Yeah. So yeah, it strikes me that this is why there's a lot of passion, but there's a lot of conflict. And so it's going to be important that you maintain this kind of regal energy in order to keep your boundaries up, because you don't want to just keep, I mean, well, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know you. But if you're trying to move into more of a mending position, you don't really want to be in a situation where you're just going around the same loop of like exchanging hard words, having sex, exchanging hard words, reconciling, that can get toxic, right? So there's an opportunity here coming up. What's this opportunity? With the Ace of Pentacles. What's the Ace of Pentacles? We asked about abundance. That's the theme for this reading. So meeting up. There's going to be an opportunity to get together with this person and meet up. It's an opportunity that's coming, and communication is in the facts position. So the Eight of Wands is in the, there's going to be communication in a meetup here. It's going to be important to have boundaries and not just fall into the same old, like, God, you look good, let's go, let's go screw, and then we never solve the problem or something. I don't know, right? I don't really know. Healing. There's an opportunity to meet up and heal. So if you want reconciliation in this relationship, it's here. There have been some mistakes made. There have been directions and things that are not for you. There's a vulture overhead, which is really lovely. And yeah, the first quarter moon is also right overhead. I wish I could show you. It's really cool. It's very beautiful to watch that vulture circling with the sort of moon up there too. Really lovely. Hey up there. I love vultures. I really do. So there's opportunity. I'm getting kind of lost in the nature here. Sorry. What's something else to know here? Because it said, there's better things await. Something about this situation is not for you, possibly. I don't know. There's an opportunity for reconciliation and healing, but then why does it say not for you? Something is not for you. It's saying to keep boundaries up too. So maybe the old way is not for you. Maybe this is like a do or die moment for this relationship, right? Like I'm not going back to the old way. That is no longer for me. If we're going to be together, it's an opportunity to do it differently this time, or not at all. That could be, right? That's a way that all of those cards would make sense together. Sorry, I'm distracted by some talking over there. I'm trying not to let it distract me. Harness the power of poison to heal. So you're going to have to get real with each other if you want this to work. You're going to have to be willing to have the hard conversations, but not let them escalate. That's why the Strength card is coming out here at the center of the spread, is that with all this passion flying around and this intensity and this backstory, it's really going to be important that you both appeal to your higher natures if you want to save this, and not spiral into like, no, you, yeah, you, and just back and forth tit for tat. It's not going to work. You're already clear about that, is what I'm guessing. For you, there is no going back to the old way. If it's just going to continue to be in this same loop of like, you don't want it. You want something that's real and that's honest and sincere and that's a true partnership, okay? You don't want a game loop that just goes and goes where nobody's ever heard and everybody's fighting to be heard, right? That's just strikes me as maybe some of the past here. Guard your inner vein of gold. Artemis and Actaeon, shield your energy. So that's a very clear message for this particular collective that's catching this reading. If it's resonating with you, you probably already know if this has messages for you or not. It's very important to you that this person is no longer able to like get your goat or take you down to a level that you don't operate in anymore. You've ascended past it, right? You've risen beyond that kind of thing. It's very important that you maintain boundaries and don't let this person drag you back down into the argument. You need to be ready, is what this is saying, to walk away if you want to have a true partnership, I guess is what it's saying. You've got an opportunity coming up to talk this through with them and to revisit what happened. Why did you ghost me? Why did you close off? Like, I'm not going to keep doing this dance of drawing near and then being pushed away again, right? I think that's actually what's coming through just now. I kind of just got a hit on that, of like you feeling like you're kind of drawn in by this person's charms and the chemistry and the fact that there is real love between you, but you may have differing attachment styles. So you may have an insecure attachment, vulnerability, and they may have an avoidant. And so every time things start to come together in this close, intimate way, they close off and push you away and run for the hills. And you're like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to be in this cycle. We need to have a change, or else I'm walking away, right? It's pretty strong. Profound love and respect is the driving force here. So there's a good foundation. There's a foundation of love, okay? The Lover's card is in the foundation. This was real. This wasn't just an obsession. It wasn't just a chemistry with no love. There's love here. You both love each other. Profound love and respect is the driving force. But that doesn't mean just because two people love each other deeply, the respect needs to be in play. And that's where this boundaries card is coming in. What else? What's some other... what do I want to pull? What happened? What was the conflict? Let's get some clarity on that. There was some ghosting and some closing off behavior from one party. What was the Knight of Swords? Was this like harsh words exchanged? What happened? What was the cause of this to not be working, or to be breaking down, right? To be falling apart. What's the Knight of Swords here? There's a third party involved. And I'm feeling in the collective, like I'm kind of feeling what you feel. It's hurt to find this out, or maybe somebody straight up told you, get away from me. you know, whatever, I don't know. And now they realize what a mistake they made. They may have said something a while back about a third party that made you, it's something that really hurt you to do with this third party. But it's either communication about the third party, maybe the third party said some shitty things to you, that could be. And someone came to you and told you, look, I'm fucking your man, or whatever, right? It could be anything, I guess. What else? Karma. Yeah. Deceit. There's been some, that's why this has been so wounding, because it's in the vulnerability position. You may have found out, someone may have told you a truth, or you found out a truth about somebody and it's not what you thought. There's an opportunity for healing, but there's a lot of warning with it that's saying it's not for you. You need to, and want, you know this. You don't want this anymore. You don't want this kind of drama or game or whatever, or ghosting and being closed off and reconciling and being played out against another person, right? A third party. Not for you. That's why that's not for you. That is not for you. This kind of bullshit, you've grown way past it. It's clear. What do you need to understand about this opportunity for meeting up and healing? What's important to know about that? There is love here. There's love here, but there's also a big warning coming with it of like, take no shit, okay? Take no bullshit. And for others, if you don't want this opportunity for meeting up and healing, you don't have to take it. If you're, you know, if you're like, no, never again, you're not getting back in. You know, it's pretty understandable given what's kind of coming out here. Everybody might, in this collective catching this, might have different feelings about it, you know, whether you want to try again with this person or whether you'd rather just walk away. Let's see. What do you need to know about the opportunity for healing? Angel whispers. So listen to your higher conscience, your higher self. Listen and you'll know. What are the signs for you that things are right? Definitely one sign is when you come together with someone, if it's a positive feeling, if you uplift one another, if it's a real free-flowing love and energy and fire and respect, especially between you, that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign that even though mistakes were made, it can be fixed. If when you are in the company of someone and you're constantly doubting yourself, feeling sick to your stomach, feeling on eggshells, feeling like you don't measure up, that's your sign also that maybe not for you, okay? If you get to this opportunity and sit down with this person and you just notice, like, I just feel sick, I feel more empowered when I'm away from this person, you can trust yourself. Trust how your body responds to people, you know? Trust how the energy that you create together itself feels. Does it feel good to both of you? Follow those kinds of nudges and energetic signatures of like goosebumps and feeling zest and uplifted, right? Versus like stressed out and insecure and on edge and pitted against someone else and deceit, you know, no, none of that, right? Growing, there's an opportunity for growth. There's an opportunity for both of you to grow through this. There just is. And I know not everybody is open to that. I think some people I can feel are really worried and don't want to be hurt again and are really not sure that they're up for another go around with this person because there was some really wounding things here. I you know, I keep using that word. In fact, I used that word with someone the other day and they were like, I don't feel wounded. And I was like, oh, whoops. Because I would in that situation, but not every, you know, wounding is a charged word. I guess I'll just say that. But there's opportunity for growing here. And learning. If you can sit down, even if you don't, you know, maybe the growing for some people in this collective and learning is I've grown enough to know that when I sit down with this person, I can tell I need to just walk away. For others, there's an opportunity to come together more mature, both of you, ready to try again from a truly committed love and respect, profound love and respect type of place, right? Guard your inner vein of gold, though. It's very important that you treat yourself like the queen or king that you are here. And you teach others how to treat you is what's coming through to me. If you sell yourself out, don't carry yourself with the respect that you know you deserve, other people won't give that to you. And so I'm not trying to be your teacher or your counselor. I start getting annoyed at times when I feel like the readers that I watch get too preachy. I try to avoid that. But there's a strong message here about that. So I'm just going to say it. You really have to. Artemis is a goddess, right? When someone crossed her boundaries, she didn't fuck around. She was like, no. And that's how you need to be here, is like, I am a queen or king, right? I am not to be messed with. And the second that you start getting in my energy, game playing, trying to get over on me, trying to manipulate me, trying to make me doubt myself, second guess myself, keep me guessing, stand me up, ghost, try to pit me against someone else. As soon as any of that's there, you know, people don't, if people, emperors and kings and queens and empresses don't let that kind of shit happen in relationships. They just don't. And so that's why you're being reminded you need to maintain that Artemis energy. Nobody's gonna fuck around here. It's authentic and real with love and respect and transparency and openness, or it's not for you. I know I feel like I'm being preachy, and I don't mean to be. It's just that it's kind of coming through strongly. Like, we need to hear that maybe in this collective. Like, don't forget who you are, right? Because if you forget who you are, nobody else will know, right? And they'll not treat you well. I mean, it's sad but true. There's a lot of fuckers in the world. Anything else to know about this foundational column? Like, what took place here? Or what else is important to know about the situation in general? Yeah. Third party. Money, there's that abundance. We kind of got, I wouldn't have noticed it necessarily, but we got off the abundant train, except for that there's abundance possible. And it's abundance in love. It's abundance in something more solid, more of a real foundation to build from as a couple, instead of a bunch of fake bullshit and deceit and third-party crap and karmic bullshit that you don't want in your life. I can feel it. Money is on the table though here, literally in this card. This is like looks like a roulette table, but it could also be craps. I think I don't know. It's not craps, it's roulette. But whatever, you get the idea, right? Some kind of a shock about money and a journey. It's been a long journey. Respect again. So, okay. There's a lot of respect here. There's a lot of mutual respect here. You're both pretty fierce, is what I'm picking up on. You're both hot-headed or quick to argue. And it might be because you're both really regal type people, or again, there's that challenge. You might trigger each other because of these attachment styles that are fitting together, kind of weird. But there's also really a lot of respect here. A lot, because it's come through twice now. Yeah, you really got hurt. This is a lot of sorrow here, and it's been a long journey. I don't know what the shock is about money. What's the shock about money here? Illusion? I don't know. I'm intrigued by that, that's for sure. What's that about? Might have been something to do with this third party situation. What's the shocking change and illusion here. This card is the deceit, I think. Nostalgia. You may have been in separation for a while. Soulmates. Bachelor. Yeah, this person, the masculine here in this equation, or the person in masculine energy, has been pretending like they don't want to be with you. It's been a facade. And that happens sometimes with people with an avoidant attachment style. They want to be with other people, and they will even say, I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, why do I push people away when I don't want to be alone, right? Like, so this person's been acting like that. This person ghosted, they closed off to you, they walked away, they may have fucked around with some other people and gotten entangled entangled you into some kind of situation where you felt you were put into a competition with someone else. I think what happened is that they went in a direction where they thought it was going to be just party and fun and wealth and good times or something. I don't know. But what ended up happening is that they've just been missing you. They've just been missing you. It's not what they thought. They respect you. They're reminiscing about you. They feel like you understand them. They feel like you're their soulmate. But this is what happened before. They ghosted you and they closed off to you. And this may have been a loop. It may have been happening over and over again, like we said, and that's why these boundaries are so critical. But there is a possibility here. There's a possibility of a reconciliation for those of you who want it, okay? It's not for me to say. It was very hurtful. This is you crying, okay? This has been very hurtful. You have every right, and in fact, it's really going to benefit you to protect yourself very much. If you decide to go and sit down with this person, you need to really have boundaries up. It doesn't mean close off like this person did to you. That's not what it's saying. It's saying if you decide you want to try to open to it, that's beautiful. There's real potential here, but you need to keep your boundaries way, way, way up. And do not let this person get away with any fuckery, okay? Just don't. If you want the relationship to have a chance, you can't sell yourself out, or it's not going to work, okay? You're gonna really, yeah, thank you.